Hey yo, it's Brandon Lord. Welcome back to Rome Total War as the Thracians. If you remember last time, we survived some sieges in Tarentum, and we got knocked over, our boats got knocked over here, and we were able to take Rhodes, which is pretty awesome. And yeah, the Greeks have sieged us here at Larissa with quite a lot of force, but you know, honestly, I think it's probably their last armies. If we can take these guys out, it's looking pretty smooth for us. So hopefully they will siege attack today, and we will be able to take them out. But I think that's pretty much all we're going to do for this turn. I don't really see anything else we can do. They're sieging here, which is fine. We can let them siege. But they do have Barbarian Elite. Look at these guys. They do have a little smaller unit, but they have Armor Piercing, and look at those stats. Holy cow. Those guys are very powerful, so we got to watch out for those. And, yeah. And got the other army. You know, if they combine the armies, it'd be a little more threatening, but yeah. Not my army. Not my place to say that, right? Right. And, yeah. So I think it's a good time to end the turn. I'm going to save it first, of course, in case things crash. Generally speaking, you always want to save, like, every turn during Total War, because Total War games aren't the most stable. And, whoa, speaking of a big battle, we got 2 full armies. Armored Hoplites, up the wazoo. This army actually doesn't have that many Armored Hoplites. It's a lot of support units in that army. But still, look at Xylus' command. This is ridiculous. For some reason, they decided not to bring any generals. That's probably going to be a big point here. We are heavily outnumbered, but they have to come through the city to meet us. So, I think we can do it, guys. I think we can destroy these armies, retrain our men, and send them out and just crush the Greek cities. It's finally time, guys. It's time to kill the Greek cities. It's time to end this civil war and move on with bigger and better things like destroying the Romans, you know? Because everybody wants to destroy the Romans. Of course. And that quote was, a collision at sea can ruin your entire day. That's true. Usually, if you're in a boat and you collide with another boat, drowning can ruin your entire day, you know? Anyway, we're going to go a similar formation to last time. Remember, I think it was the last episode that we defended here against a Greek army before. This time the stakes are much higher, of course, but we're going to do a similar army setup. I'm going to change a couple things around. I'm not going to put my archers way in the back because they didn't seem to be doing much against the enemy army from the very back. So I think I'm going to put them up closer. I actually think, yeah, I'm going to put the militia cav back here because they were getting a lot of friendly fire, so I don't want that. I'll put our cav over here for support. And then we'll take our archers, well, our general first. We want to make sure he's there. Then I'll take our archers and have them behind the phalanx line here. And those should be able to do some good casualties on the guys coming into the square and not get too much friendly fire. And our reinforcements are here. If we lose, yeah, unfortunately, playing as humans, you're limited to only 20 units on the battlefield. We could have set this to AI control, but I really do not want onagers on AI control. That would be scary. So we're not going to do that. And I definitely don't want the defending army in AI control either. But the computer can put as many units into the field as one, and they have close to 40 units currently on the field. So, yeah. It's going to be tough, guys, but I think we can do it. They just have a staggering outnumber. I don't think they have any Macedonian cav in either army, so that's a good point. They have a decent number of armored hoplites, but they have a lot of normal hoplites. Light cav, some peltai, and about 3 or 4 units of ballista. So, very good army compositions for them. Although I don't think they have any archers either, which could be very helpful. That means we definitely have the range attack. They have to get up and close to our faces to hurt us, so that would be very helpful. If they had a bunch of archers, this would be much tougher. And I'm just kind of triple speeding it over here while all the things just falling down. Because we're going to lose like hundreds and hundreds of pieces of wall here. The wall is going to be like 100% damaged after this battle, basically. But all's fair in love and war. Even though nowadays that's false. Because the Geneva Convention has deemed inappropriate acts for war designated as war crimes. So, yeah, not... mostly, pretty much everything's fair in love and war is the new quote, I suppose. Or everything seems more just in love and war. because they're more dire circumstances. You know, you might be saying, like, love, how is that a dire circumstance? Well, you know, human emotions are not something to toy with. It can be very dire. So, I don't know how I got on that topic, but, well, I do, but I don't know why. And we're just kind of staring at the city here, just letting time pass as the enemy gets in. More fortifications being knocked down. And, yeah. Again, I like the large cities for the Greeks because they only have 2 openings to their town center. I believe that's the large city for Greek layout. I think the Romans have multiple. I think every other nation has multiple openings to their town center. But the Greeks only have this little street in front as their opening. So it's very easy to siege, defend. So that's why I like it. And, yeah, you can see all the Greek houses here. It's pretty much a 1 or 2 story city, you know. Back then, they didn't really put much emphasis on... Oh, whoa! Hey, man! Stop burning the town. Did you see that guy burning the town over there? Oh, gosh. But I was just saying, they didn't put much emphasis on building upwards as we do now, because they had plenty of space, and there wasn't enough population to fill all the space back then. So they could build horizontally fine, and construction-wise, it was much safer for them, because multi-tiered buildings were a lot harder to create, and sometimes more risky. It looks like these Jav Cav are firing over the building and hitting our Noble Cav here, so we're going to have to move those. Kind of unfortunate, if you ask me. So as we're moving in, I guess I'll just talk. How's it going today, guys? It is Friday the 13th. And hope you have a good scare today. No, I don't really understand where the number 13 comes in as being scary, and why Friday the 13th is, I don't know. It's weird, but whatever. It's a thing, and apparently it's supposed to be scary. I once had a birthday on Friday the 13th, so you know, it was kind of weird, isn't it? It was pretty much a standard birthday. I've never really had anything bad happen to me on Friday the 13th, so I don't know. It's kind of, I think it's just kind of over dramatized and stuff. I don't think there's any scary movies coming out today, if I recall. Usually they take advantage of that, but anyway, the enemy is getting close. They are burning the buildings in the background, but again, they're burning their own town because you know, we've only had this for a little while. And these militia hoplites and light cavalry are taking heavy casualties from my archers, which is perfect. Soften up the weak units, make them rout, and then that'll hurt the morale of the heavier units, like the armored hoplites. That's kind of what we're going for with the archers here. And as you can see, we've already routed a unit of militia hoplites with ranged unit pressure, which is perfect. That's why I love archers more than just for the pure fun of archers. It's just the pressure they cause can be so devastating. And archers seem to be really good against cavalry as well. Even heavier cavalry seems to take a lot of casualties from archers. And they're sending in their Greek cav to fight these guys, and they're going to get slaughtered. They are throwing javelins, so they're taking a couple casualties and probably get a little bit of friendly fire as well, but not too bad. And they're sending in more cavalry over here. Yeah, it is working great for them, I must admit. It is very effective formation. And they got a very injured. They got 2 very injured units of hoplites here. I wonder if they just took a bunch of casualties from the archers, or if they came in this damage. I don't know why you would send units that are this damaged into a siege attack situation. I can understand if you're desperate and you're defending, but they're on the offense, so they don't need to use injured units. I mean, they can wait and retrain, I think, unless they're out of money, which would be awesome. But usually the computer doesn't run out of money, in my experience, unless you're making them run out of money by blockading every port and sabotaging every building, like every turn. You know, then they'll run out of money, of course. But usually they don't, it seems. And they can also fire down that street, which is pretty nice. I think the right unit of archers is doing that. And, yeah, it's looking pretty good. Got another unit of hoplites coming in here. We should be able to take this out with our phalanx pikes. We're getting a little bit of pressure from the archers. That should keep them a little more defensive. I think our pikes can have a good... Oh, look at that. Did you see that friendly fire? We lost 4 guys to that round of arrow fire. That's stupid. And, again, there's the pressure routing that unit there. And this unit's going to rout soon, I would imagine, because of the routing pressure. So very good. And get more friendly fire, but you know what? Friendly fire doesn't really matter. It's I think it's worth it to have all this arrow fire going on. So here comes one of the generals in, I think, a militia cav unit. So if we can take them out, that'll be an advantage. It's almost impossible to tell which units belong to which army, so it's hard to tell which units are going to be affected by that. So I'm just going to keep playing it like the general's going to be around for both of them if we manage to kill the general here, which we should. I mean, he's in a militia cav unit, and we have archers that should hopefully be able to take them out pretty easily. If you're wondering how to counter Jav Cav, the best answer... Oh, he's running. Well, the best answer is archers if you want to take down Jav Cav. Now, for Ponta's heavy Jav Cav is very threatening because they have good defensive stats, so archers aren't as effective. But they're still pretty... Oh, we shot him with our archers. Nice. But, yeah, archers, in my opinion, are the best counters. And horse archers as well. Archers are also a good counter. Except Armenia gets cataphract horse archers, which have ridiculous defensive stats, and they're horse archers. So those things are like those are the craziest units in the game, in my opinion. But they aren't equipped with the maces that the other guys, that standard cataphracts have. But in the expansion, in Barbarian Invasion, the Sassanid Empire, which is basically the amalgamation of the eastern factions, they have what they call Klibinari, which are armed with bows and maces. It's like, how overpowered is that? I mean, really. They can just shoot people down from a distance, weaken them, and then they can charge in with the maces and just armor pierce away, especially against like the Romans, who are half their defense is armor all the time, you know. Ugh. Anyway, we're maneuvering our pikemen. I see that not much is coming down the left flank, so I'm going to move over some extra pikeman units here. And we're going to try to get a back attack on these guys. We're kind of getting caught between the other hoplites, though, so that didn't really work out to plan. But we are routing them, so if we can route these units, we can pull our Folksmen back through our line, and they should be defended that way. Just one more unit, 2 more units to take out, my bad. And this little cell of armored hoplites must be heavily upgraded because they are giving me some trouble. And there we're going. There's a route, so we're going to pull our Folksmen back and pull them over here. And lots of hoplites are routing, so that's very nice. But they still have plenty coming in, so we can't afford to chase it with their cavalry quite yet. That'll be something we want to do as soon as it becomes available. Seems like most of their pressure is coming through this corridor here. Now we're going to have to engage with our phalanx pikens and try to take them out. That is the name of the game. And try to maneuver them in such a way that we can attack them from all angles. Kind of a little bottleneck here. So there we go. More routes and more routes and more routes. Very good. We've nearly routed this whole column, actually. Just these armored hoplites here are pretty much the vanguard left. So if we can route them, that would be amazing. And try to get the Folksmen involved once more so they can do some more damage. Oh, look at that. Look at all these routes. Holy cow. Let's see if we can get the Folksmen in here to clean up some of this mess. Do a little bit of damage on these routing units. Most of these will probably come back. I'm not sure, but yeah, because there's still a lot of not routing units in here. So let's look at this mess of hoplite. It's pretty intense. And our phalanx pikemen are starting to get a little unorganized. Oh, they're going to back charge us here with their Greek cav, but we should be able to turn around with our spears in time. We did absorb the charge, but we were able to defeat those cavalry, so no big deal. And I'm going to take off, while the guys are routing and everything's disorganized, I'm going to take off phalanx mode and retreat the guys so that they do not, yeah, because my guys are getting a little disorganized too, so we need to reorganize them, pull them back, reorganize, and then we can attack them once more, or defend against them, I suppose. And they got cavalry in here, and it's just craziness in there, basically. So yeah, one of our hoplite units is getting really down in health, actually. Kind of interesting, but I think we should be fine. We got plenty of cavalry backup in case things start to go really bad. If we start to lose a lot of men in our phalanxes, we can definitely use the cavalry backup for hammer and anvil charges. But we haven't needed to do that yet. And oh, that was the other general in I believe a Greek cavalry unit. So he ran, but we did not kill him. So he probably will come back, and we'll hopefully have another chance to kill him. They're really coming in all out on the center area here. And this is a long battle, guys. It's intense, though. because if we win this, we're looking pretty good for the Civil War here. And I'm gonna take a drink because I've been talking for 15 minutes straight. So yeah. Ah, there we go. And yeah, I'm triple speeding this because even though it's full of action, it's starting to take a while. So yeah, see, all their guys are like loose formation and disorganized. This unit here is getting torn up by our nice pincher area. It's kind of the plan. Although they aren't losing too many guys. And the Admiral General is routing. He didn't even like get into the action. He just started routing. He might come back again. I'm not sure. Hopefully he does, because if we're able to kill the general, it does more morale damage than just a routing general. Even though a routing general does do good morale damage. And we are routing more hoplites here, so that's very nice. And we need to try to get some of these other phalanx pikemen involved. We can push this unit up, push this unit up, and push that unit over, push this unit over. And we can get this unit over here, get this unit over here. And that should look pretty nice, I think. And more guys coming in. And their general did come back, as you see there. So we'll have to take them down again. And according to our balance bar, they have only lost half of their army. And it's been 15 minutes-ish. So this is a long battle, guys. We're about halfway done. But I guess when they all start routing, you know, we'll be able to take a lot more casualties. So we'll see. We'll see. We definitely want to take a... Oh, I just noticed they're charged our Volksmen. I wasn't really paying attention there, but no big deal. They're able to ward off the cavalry pretty nice. And we can pull off one of these phalanx pikemen to go assist. There seems to be some light hoplite action coming in. And have our Volksmen there as well. And this nice pincher here should be able to counter these hoplites. These armored hoplites here might try to break through, and we'll try to pin them down. And here comes their general once again. And hopefully we can take him out this time. He's routing. No, doesn't look like it. Our archers have ran out of ammo way long ago, if you're wondering why they aren't firing or anything. And I'm gonna try a cavalry push here. One of the armies is routing. There's not too many units that are alive, so we're gonna try a cavalry push here. And we're gonna see if we can take out this whole army. It looks like the whole flank is routing here. So we're able to take out a lot of men with this little push. Look at, just listen and look to the blood. Just, oh my gosh. Imagine if this game did have blood. It'd be a little gross. It's probably why I like this game. It's carnage, but there's no gore. And, I don't know. I find gore just kind of sickening. It's not really entertaining. And I totally was not watching these hoplites, or these pikemen over here, so they're getting swamped by the hoplites. But hopefully we can reconcile that with our men. Or just crushing through here. Oh, there's a unit of armored hoplites here. They're wavering, though, so if we can take them out really quick... Oh, they're shaking now. Yeah, they're defending well here. We're going to have to pull back, I think. We're going to lose a lot of cavalry there trying to take that unit out. And we already have, so we should probably pull back. And their army's going to be able to regroup again, but no big deal. War cry and charge in the back of these hoplites. We got some armored hoplites and normal hoplites here. But I think we should be able to handle it. We got 40-ish Volksmen, and we got 80-ish pikemen. There we go, both units routing there. And again, routing towards our Volksmen. That seems to be the common theme of that side of the battle. And as you can see, some units are coming back. So I'm just going to triple speed this. And we should be able to take them out. And yeah, it's looking like a victory for us. Pretty stellar victory, I must say. We haven't lost too many guys. Our auxiliary troops are pretty healthy. Our infantry is pretty hurt, though. All the units have quite a bit of damage on them. Our Volksmen are half dead. We got a few injured pikemen. I guess not that bad for fighting two whole armies, but, you know, we still lost. And these armored hoplites here are trying to threaten us. What are you doing? What are you thinking, guys? There we go. Routed them. Should be able to cut a bunch of them down as they're routing. Very nice. Very beautiful. And a couple more units coming in. Just going to triple speed it once more. These could be the last two units based on the balance bar. It's possible. And they probably have some ballista outside as well, so we're going to have to take those down. But yeah, these could be the last units here. A couple units of armored hoplites. And we'll ready our cav. And they routed before they even hit our line, so we're going to try to run these guys down. This unit came back from routing, but it's so injured that we can take it out with our cavalry. Very nice. We didn't even take a casualty there, I don't believe. And I'll just continue to run them down, and then we'll go hunt down the ballistas. And that should be the battle. I don't see any other units in here. So the ballistas here. There's a unit of ballistas here. And it looks like another unit of ballistas got shot down by the towers. That's pretty funny. They have to dirt pretty hard to get in and get shot by the towers. So these guys are just chilling here. And I think that should be the last unit. I don't see any other stationary units on the mini-map. And there we go. We'll just run down these engineers so that they don't have any more ballistae to use. And pretty much, if they have 2 engineers left, it's pretty much useless. So, but might as well finish off the unit. And we're gonna exit the battle. And heroic victory. We killed over 2,000, and they killed almost 200. Look at that. Look at those stats. That is amazing. Xiles is just way too powerful, and but he's getting old, so we won't have him forever. But he is definitely a blessing when we have him. So it looks like they're coming up with another army to siege Apollonia, so they're gonna try to threaten Apollonia, and that's actually perfect if we can get this commander. I don't know where he is. Is he over here? No, then I thought it said that it was Drennis' son. Huh. Well. Okay, and that Julii army did come down. We're definitely going to lose that battle. That's like almost a full army against militia units. And they are sieging us here. That'll probably be another boring battle that I'll try to speed up. Yeah, I don't know what happened with the speeding up. It looked fine after I rendered it, but it was just really weird when I was doing it. I don't know. Sorry about that, guys. And we're going to have to merge a bunch of units here and retrain them, as is typical. Again, auto-merging in this situation is very bad. Do not hit Control A and M because you will lose units that you could keep, and it's a huge deal if you're losing units every time you fight a battle. That can add up quite a bit. So that's why I don't like to auto-merge. And these 2 pikeman units could be evened up, and we got perfect amount, just barely though. Perfect number of guys. And, oh, here's the guy. He's a superior commander, so he's pretty nice. And, I'm not sure. We can hire these mercenary hoplites. Didn't get the thing. That's okay. I guess we'll send him up here for now. Perhaps. I don't know. I'm trying to think about. You know what? I'm going to move him here. Combine him with the onagers, and he'll be slightly defended. If they decide to come attack us, he'll be able to survive a little bit. We'll send down some phalanx pikes from here, and we'll train. Oh, we can't get a catapult range there. That's unfortunate. But we'll train some other ones. We'll train some more here, and we'll send down these advanced units from this place, and that should make a pretty nice little army. That's why I was training in those 2 settlements for defense. But now that we have a decent commander, we can push forward. And then I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to try to defend at Apollonia, perhaps defend against the Julii, and then move upwards and combine with Caesarblepto's son up here. And we're going to crush the Julii from the north of these 2 commanders. I think that's probably a good idea. And until we take Batavium, we're not going to be receiving reinforcements on these armies, so it's going to be a little tough, but I think we can do it. And that'll really help us against the Romans having a foothold in the north as well, stopping their northward expansion. Because I think their Julii are probably throwing out most of their resources against us as well. Just like the Scipii did. And the Scipii are probably out of troops. So, yeah, it's the Julii's turn. And then the Scipii will come back again. This army is interesting. Incendiary pigs, in my opinion, are pretty much useless. They're suicide units, and they're only effective against elephants, and this usually don't even work against elephants, so I don't know. I find them pretty dumb and pointless. So there's my opinion on incendiary pigs. And if you saw last time, I started building, I'm going to build 3 triremes there, and then we'll send Drennis back over to the mainland. And that'll be all nice and good. And everything's looking pretty good. All of my guys are named the Lucky, which is interesting. I wonder if the Temple of Zeus gives traits for luck. That is possible. Generally speaking, some temples give like character traits. Like for example, the experience temple for the Germans gives like berserker traits, and you guys become axe bitten and berserkers, which really is not good trait. It lowers morale. It increases command slightly, and it lowers command or morale quite a bit, and influence. So that's kind of bad. And we're gonna save it, and probably end the turn here. All nice and good. Dacia is fighting rebels. I guess that's technically their land, so that makes sense. And the Scythians are going to siege attack. They're not going to bring their faction leader into it. That is perfectly fine with me. These 2 units of Barbarian Elite are threatening, but I think we can handle it. We do have superior upgraded troops, and we do have superior troop types in general. So I think we'll be fine, guys. Don't worry about it. And just checking. Yeah, okay. We're good. We're good. I was just checking something. And conquered, we conquer. And I don't know. We do the second part of that, but we don't like to do the first part of that, basically. And I don't know. That doesn't really make sense to me either. But yellow dogs. It's like the insult of this game. Yellow dogs. You know what? Let me think here. They have very limited siege equipment. Their infantry is not that good. Really, the threat is their archers and cavalry and stuff. So, you know what? I think I'm going to actually defend the wall here. So, I don't know if this is the first time I've done this in LP. I think I did that in the Gaul LP. I defended the wall just for fun. But I think we're going to do that here. Because it actually kind of makes more sense. Because this barbarian elite will tear us up on the route back to the city center here. But in reserve, we'll have the militia cav back here. And our units of militia hoplites back at the town center. In case things fail at the gate, we have a backup strategy. So we're not putting all out onto the walls. And it's a good mixed strategy. I think we'll be fine, definitely. Because, again, militia hoplites aren't going to perform well at all on the walls. So there's really no point in even having them out here. And the phalanx pikemen can cover the gate pretty well. So there's no need for us having militia hoplites over here. And the militia cav aren't that useful either. We have our general. And I'm gonna yawn! There we go. Did you hear that? It was a yawn. And yeah, just making sure that everything's covered here. Looks pretty good. Rotation is fun, I must say. And yeah. And we're going to start the battle, I guess. I mean, yeah, we already started the battle. I don't know what I'm saying. We don't have any archers, which is unfortunate, but yeah, their siege towers are firing at us. We're going to lose some Folksmen to that, but that should be fine. Shouldn't lose super many, hopefully. This unit over here is getting a little bit flanked by the siege tower. So that's kind of unfortunate. But it didn't take too many, I guess, so we're fine. And I'll just kind of wait for the siege tower to get up here, and then I'll have our man attack. And they're not putting up the ladders yet, which is interesting. They are trying to batter through the gate here. And if we're able to hold the walls, but they take the gate, you'll see an interesting situation where the gate is actually kind of overpowered, and I'll explain that if it happens. But the gatehouse is actually extremely overpowered. And the archers are trying to fire us upon us from down here. It's not going to work too well. They might take a couple casualties, but the range, the tower blocks most of the shots, and these axemen are taking quite big hits from the boiling oil, so it'll take them a little longer to get through. I guess they're just waiting for the gates to get knocked down to send the light. Oh, never mind. There goes the ladders now. And again, they're still trying to fire at us, but it's not working too well. And we're a little opposition here, so we're gonna reorganize our men. It looks like these guys are fine over here. And I'll make sure to war cry right before those guys come out of the tower, so that we can get a huge advantage. Siege towers are a lot better if your opponent is defending the walls, and ladders are better if you just need a quick assault on the walls to get up and get to the city. Which is why I like to build ladders when I siege assault, because usually I don't siege assault when they have plenty of troops in the city, because again, the siege defenders have such a huge advantage. It's ridiculous. Yeah, plus siege towers do have projectiles. So siege towers are very useful for attacking defended walls. So I guess if you do need to siege attack with lots of men inside, siege towers are a way to go, and ladders are less of a way to go. Anyway, they're starting to come up through here. These are archers that they're sending in. So they don't even have enough infantry to man all the siege equipment, so that's going to be pretty easy. And over here, they are engaging as well, but these are axemen. But we have all the ladders covered, I believe, so we should be able to take them down pretty nicely, I think. And yeah, maybe we'll see the guys fall off the ladders. That would be pretty funny. And I'm glad the ladders work for these guys, because if you remember last episode with those scissor ladders, that was just stupid. Oh my gosh. Oh, those archers already routed. That's pretty intense. So we already took down one of the units. Not that I thought archers would be too tough or anything, but it's, you know. Oh, there we go. If you saw that, the guys fell off the ladders because they routed, so that was pretty funny. Now we're just kind of waiting for this to open up, and we should be able to. There we go. Perfect timing. And we're going to war cry right as they're running down, and we should be able to take them out. They have a nice push because they have a lot of men at once, but yeah, we're taking them out really nice because they are surrounded by our unit. Although our unit is taking a lot of casualties too, I think we are doing more damage to them than they are to us. And they are broken and fighting to the death, which is interesting. Oh, we might have to go swing it around outside and take down this tower, because these guys are going to sit here and do nothing, probably. So, yeah. Anyway, they did break the... What are these folksmen decide to come down the walls? I guess that's okay. You can attack these archer warbands when you're down here, I suppose. And I guess you can go over and fight the... I don't know. I don't know what they're doing. They're being silly. But, yeah, I guess they can take down these archer warbands and go over and attack the siege tower. That's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say, guys. That is true. That is true. If you haven't seen Girl Chan in Paradise by Eager Raptor, that is that is a funny thing. That is true. And okay, here they go. They're starting to come in with their cavalry, their barbarian elite and such. So we should be able to get to see how overpowered the gatehouse is. You'll see in a sec. And now these folksmen, I'll send them down. And okay, yeah, okay. So they send the boiling oil out, and then right away again, boiling oil once more time, and then okay, they're too far in, but the boiling oil recharges way too fast, in my opinion. It's really overpowered, and it's extremely effective. Like, look at how many guys are just dead because of the boiling oil there, and it just keeps dropping. It's crazy. I don't know. And it's even worse in larger walls, I believe. But yeah, if they take the gatehouse, the oil is disabled, of course. So this is a rare situation as far as my siege defending goes. Because you have to own the gatehouse, and then the enemy has to be coming through in that direction, I believe. So we're going to send over these folksmen to fight off the siege tower. You have to knock it down, which isn't too hard. Warhounds are coming back. Not a big deal. We're going to engage with our folksmen, and it should be all nice and beautiful. Nice and beautiful, man. Yeah, man. And they still got some war dogs there chilling. Pikemen are going to handle them. And these guys are getting picked off by these archers here, so we gotta stop that. Oh, they routed, so that's fine. These guys are on 29 men, holy cow. That's okay, though. Perhaps the barbarian elite back there are shooting at us, too. That probably wouldn't help. And the warhounds are routing, and our men are shooting. So all folksmen engage the siege tower here. You can go outside the settlement and fight the siege towers. Also, defensive artillery is useful against siege towers, so keep that in mind. You can have catapult stationed in your cities, and you can try to knock down siege towers, but also be careful that you can knock down your own walls, I believe. So, you know, it's a double-edged sword. You gotta make sure you know whether you need to knock down the siege towers or not, because, you know, if you end up taking down your own walls, you're really gonna be hurting yourself. Well, obviously, but I mean, yeah, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. I'm a little loopy today, so there you go. We knocked down the siege tower in a matter of seconds, and we're gonna pull all the folksmen back inside, and hopefully their general is shooting at us. The general unit of barbarian. Look at how many casualties they're taking. So that's pretty nice. Fortunately, they are smaller units than standard horse archers, so they're not as threatening. But compared to horse archers, I think they'd probably do more damage than horse archers do, just because they have armor piercing and very high attack, and plenty of ammo to boot. And they're going to charge into, I guess some of the Falksmen aren't going to quite make it back, so they're going to charge into the Falksmen here. And the boiling oil is again activating and destroying everything. And probably one more activation before they rout here. Oh, maybe not. And we're going to continue the battle. And, oh, as you see, the boiling oil took out the general. That's crazy, you know. I accidentally hit that, and I meant to hit exit battle. So, clear victory. And that was pretty interesting. A little bit of different kind of battle for you guys. Might as well try to do a little variety if I'm not threatened by the incoming army. So, but on harder modes, it's usually rare to have that situation. In Spain, it's taking an abnormally long time. Sometimes that happens. And, oh, there's a flood over in Campus Asiages. Kind of unfortunate. We did lose a couple men, and we did lose a couple buildings. But not a big deal. We can repair those, and everything is back on track there. Floods are kind of interesting. They're kind of annoying, too, but, yeah, they're mostly interesting. And we're going to train the units there, building underneath the Phalanx Pikemen. He got a command star, the general, at Campus Scythii, so that's pretty nice. And we could move him up there, but I think that's almost already lost, so it'd be better to try to defend Apollonia while we're down here. And they can launch an attack on the Julii then. So that's a pretty nice army. That last unit of Phalanx Pikemen has heavy upgrades, 3 experience, 1 attack, 2 defense. Very powerful units. And, yeah, it's looking pretty sexy. They do have a lot of Town Watch there, it looks like, but I think they have enough units regardless. I'll hopefully be able to do a little bit of damage, maybe even take out their general. And in Larsa, we're going to build some catapults, and we're actually going to start moving out here. We're going to put Xiles there. We're going to lower the texture down a little bit. We're going to build an Odeon for happiness. We're going to queue up a couple Phalanx Pikes, and can't drop the texture again without threatening. So that's going to look pretty good. And the phone is ringing, so that's kind of annoying. I'm going to ignore that. I don't know if you can hear it. And, you know, that's probably all we should do today. I should go see who's on the phone and whatnot. Anyway, thanks for watching this episode of Rome Total War, and join us next time when hopefully you can strike at the Greek cities once and for all, start taking some settlements, and just pound them into the ground.